Hey everybody, this is Corey Salty True Floyd, and welcome to the Geek Report. This week, Stewie Griffin is getting a spinoff. Bloodsport is getting a reboot, and one of the greats just moved on to the next plane. What are we
That's
talking
exactly
about?
what he did.
What are we talking about? Tune in to the Geek Report. Let's go.
Amerime, Amerime.
What's going on, everybody? This is the Geek Report, powered by Amerime Media. I'm Corey Salty True Floyd, and of course, I can't do this without this gentleman right over here, Comic Boss.
So, y'all, gang. I'm looking forward to the episode. It's a lot of things we actually got to cover.
Yes.
Mm.
This is the first Geek Report back from BlurredCon. Uh,
How was
it,
BlurredCon?
it was a experience.
It
Hopefully,
always is.
hopefully we'll be having some guests on the podcast in the not too distant future, because I definitely thought I made a few friends out there, um, especially with uh, Blueberry Martian, Carl Jones, Godfrey the Comedian, Thought Squad, and even Riza Islam. And of
Yeah.
course,
Check
cosplayers
out
and
all those
cosplayers
pictures.
galore. Make sure you check out our social media and have some great photos up there. And before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to Amerime Media so you can be updated on anything and everything happening right here. Of
First,
course,
before we start, shout out to Carl Jones, aka Blueberry Martian. We hired at him a while ago. I just reached back out to him, so we something might be coming up in the future.
and of course, make sure you're subscribed here. And with that being said, let's. Demon Engine is still in the background, talking shit and doing what he does best. So
Talking
don't
shit.
don't be surprised when one of his snide remarks comes up and the scrolling marquee at the bottom. That being said, let's get right into it. Oh, okay. So Louis Theroux, a fantastic documentarian, by the way. He recently put out a piece talking about the manosphere and or the red pill, and I mean, I
Have you watched
always
it?
kn- I've seen it. Now, I always knew
Okay.
the manosphere was full of shit, but this was
Always.
like, but this was like hilarious because he actually like went out and hung out with some of these guys and pretty much attacked them on their philosophy. One of the most interesting scenes was moments with Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit, who who claim who claims to be a top dog and plans on having multiple wives, but his girlfriend at the time definitely thought otherwise, which has aged beautifully because they are no longer together.
Yeah. She's fucking with Rollerblade Rico, I believe
Rollerblade
it is.
Rico.
I haven't watched it yet. I came across this yesterday from Abba and Preach. They had did a reaction video to it, and yeah, I'm not going to say he exposed them, more so they exposed themselves. And I really hope that their audience come across this documentary that that and to see these holes for the fools that they really are. Like their audience is like young men, and
And I say it's hilarious, but it was also kind of sad because not only is their ideology flawed, they're out here scamming a lot of young men out of their money, talking about teaching them investment classes when it really is just trying to get them to purchase faulty bitcoins and pump and dump schemes.
and got these young men charging these young men $100 a month. to be a part of their group or fucking Ponzi scheme club.
And then
Not knowing that them, the young men who's paying this subscription is the
mhm.
businessman.
And the fun and what's so funny to me is these guys were so clout hungry that they just invited this guy into their
Yeah,
world, not
yeah.
knowing who he was.
I find that I'm not gonna say I find that hard to believe because I'm pretty sure at least like Myron and
Myron Gaines is
the
the
first
only
guy.
one who actually seemed to know
Yeah,
who he was
yeah.
beforehand.
I can't. I don't want like Myron don't seem stupid to me. So like I will hope him or his agency or whoever's connected with will at least run a simple Google check on who this guy is before he invite him into his house. But if you watch it, it doesn't seem that way. It doesn't seem like Myron just was chance got some free clout, and this man just exposed his lifestyle for the fraud that he is.
I think one of the funniest moments was this other dude where he was just like, "I'm not homophobic. How could you say that? One of my mates is homosexual." But Louis Theroux
HSI,
said,
yeah.
but Louis Theroux just said he was like, "But you just said if you have a son and he's gay, you throw him out the house." And he was just like, "That doesn't mean
Yeah,
I'm homophobic." And I'm
yeah.
just like, "I'm sorry. Are we? Do we not know how words work?"
That's how the role looked too. You like that's exactly what that means, though. Like, all right, whatever.
That being said, though, please check it out. If you don't really understand the Manosphere, this is a very simple and revealing way to show what it is. And if you just need some extra laughs from the Manosphere, this is also a really good spot to check it out. It's available on Netflix. Check it out. Let's go to the next thing.
Saying, ooh, ooh.
Oh, okay. So this is definitely an interesting announcement I heard this week. Michaela Cole. I remember her from her Netflix comedy Chewing Gum, and she also had some scenes in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. And now she's going to be writing and directing a reboot to Bloodsport.
I mean,
The
I clap for this because I love Michaela Cole, but I don't know about this. I mean,
I mean, Bloodsport is a classic cheesy action film featuring Jean Claude Van Damme, Bolo Hung, and a young yet still old looking Forrest Whitaker.
R.I.P. to Bolo Young. But yeah, yeah, Bloodsport. Oh my God, Bloodsport was it's a it's a man's movie, action movie.
The funny thing is, originally it was supposed to be a real story from a guy named Frank Dukes, who over time we've all learned that Frank Dukes is a liar. So
Mm.
yeah, like Frank Dukes is just full of shit. He would never participated in the Kumite. It was like, is the Kumite a real thing? Yes, it is. Was Frank Dukes part of it? No. So
Who is Frank Dukes? Educate those of us who don't know who
Frank
we're talking
Dukes was
about.
a guy who claimed he was a Navy SEAL and martial arts expert, and sold his story to a production company that he was in this martial arts tournament where winner takes all and you could die. Of course, it was the 80s and cocaine was heavy, so a lot of people just believed it and went along and shot the movie. It was a success, but as
Yeah,
time went
yeah,
on
yeah,
after
yeah.
the film, people started realizing that Frank Dukes was full of shit.
I
So
mean, he got to the bag at the end of the day. I guess that's all that matters.
and Michaela Cole is definitely funny, and she definitely can do action.
Yeah,
Again, I said she was in Wakanda Forever. She also
yeah. She
was
goes
a
out in the game.
target. She was also a target in an episode of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the one where Donald Glover was one of the leads.
Oh
So
yeah. She was in that.
so this could be good. I'm gonna give it a shot. Hopefully you guys do too. Right now, that's all we really know. We know she's down to write and direct. We don't know what direction it's going in, but I wish her all the best. It's very interesting. Like, you know what else? Yo,
I mean,
You know what else is based on a true story, but it's actually like full of shit.
what?
Catch Me If You Can.
That was full of shit. That wasn't real.
A lot of that story was phony as fuck. It was just that
Oh, I mean,
Frank,
yeah.
they were taking Frank Abagnale's story as scripture, but there was
Yeah,
a, but I'm not narratively speaking. I see why it seems like a very compelling story. A young,
yeah.
a young white man in a world where everyone takes his word for gold, and definitely definitely before the civil rights movement was getting around the country on check fraud. It's very believable.
I'm pretty sure most of these movies, like real life movies, was got some licenses to stretch it through to make some boring parts more entertaining. So I'm okay with that.
You know what? That might be a subject matter for a an episode of Salty Cinema.
Yeah,
Because there are a lot of there are some movies that play a lot truer than what they received, and some that are actually straight up bullshit. But we'll get to that another day. Meanwhile, let's go on to the next story. Whew, man, this actually happened earlier today. We tape on Friday. Um, Chuck Norris passed
he
away
moved,
at the age of
he moved
86.
on. He moved on to another realm to continue kicking ass. I mean, I really can't say I'm sad because I know he's still out there whooping somebody ass. I mean, because they put Chuck Norris in the hospital and realized nothing can kill him, and then he left the hospital and went to kill nothing before nothing got him.
Chuck Norris was a world class martial artist. Then he went on to do films in the late 70s and 80s. Of course, infamous Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee. Uh, then he
You
had the
know,
Delta
that's the
Force
only
series.
time he ever lost in the movie.
Yeah,
Once he
yeah.
lost to Bruce Lee, Hollywood like, and I'm not trying to be smart. I was like, this white man could never lose again. And Chuck Norris have never lost in a movie ever again.
And
He went
of
the
course,
rock
he
route.
left. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
the difference is we actually know that Chuck Norris could fight. We just
yeah,
know that The Rock can make himself look like he knows how to fight.
yeah.
But Walker, Texas Ranger, and of course, hundreds and hundreds of Chuck Norris jokes. He will
There's not
surely be missed.
jokes. They are actual things that he can do. Like
Okay,
Chuck
buddy.
Norris makes medicine sick.
Chuck Norris killed one bird with two stones.
That's right.
Chuck
No,
Norris doesn't believe in the
He killed two birds with one stone.
Chuck Norris doesn't believe in the periodic table. He only believes in the element of surprise.
And it's all facts.
Superheroes read comic books about Chuck Norris.
I I've seen Superman read a Chuck Norris comic book.
He will be great. He will be sorely missed though. Seriously, he is a he's the I guess he will be the second gentleman of that old action guard to pass away. Carl Withers
Yeah,
being the first.
yeah. R.I.P. to Chuck
So
Norris. Bless his family. I mean, he went out a legend. So, and I'm so happy that like he didn't sully his reputation.
I wouldn't say that. He was at the end of the day, he was a conservative as well as a Trump supporter.
Oh god damn it, Chuck Norris.
Yeah. Let me be clear on that. So I'm pretty sure there's a good section of social media saying fuck Chuck Norris, and I get it. If that's the route you guys want to go, more power to you. I'm just going to move on to the next story. And
I'm
recently,
I'm surprised that this hasn't happened already, honestly.
I'm kind of surprised it's happening now. Stewie Griffin is getting his own spin-off series. It's actually been greenlit for 2 seasons. Uh, Not really sure what the story is going to be because all of a sudden now Stewie's just going to be gone from Family Guy. I mean,
Like,
it was easier to do that with Cleveland Brown. You just move
yeah,
him out of the neighborhood. I'm not really
yeah.
sure how you're going to take a member of the family, but
Like
uh,
I mean, I get it. Stewie is arguably the best member of the family. Arguably, they're all great to me, but I don't see how it's gonna work. I'm pretty sure Seth will make it work. But does Family Guy even still come on?
yeah, it's still going
The
strong.
Sheesh, does
It,
anybody still watch it? Like, I haven't
it,
heard anything about Family Guy.
they have such a dedicated fan base that there's still enough people watching it as well as American Dad.
Okay, well,
Me
see,
over t-
that's a
over
big
time
difference.
I've become more of an American Dad fan than a Family Guy fan. But also I'm actually a big fan of the show Ted. Side note: Ted recently got announced that is going to be ending after season 2, and it's not because not enough people were watching. It's the fact that Ted costs us $8 million an episode.
Damn.
Well, you got to remember, it's a show with a CGI bear,
Yeah.
and the bear is like the main character, and they
Damn.
and they
CGI don't get no cheaper than that.
and they
Sheesh.
don't even and they don't bullshit on the visual effect. It's the same
They do
quality
not.
that they brought to the movie. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, a studio doesn't want to pay $8 million an episode for a comedy series. That's
I don't
just
blame them.
yeah, like it's like if they were able to do it for 4, maybe even 5, probably, but 8, you're asking a lot.
Damn.
So
The people on that show eating.
either way, shout out to Seth MacFarlane, who really has like he has dominated a corner of the
Yes.
of the market for
Yes.
almost 30 years now.
Yes. Like quietly. Like if you don't know who Seth MacFarlane is, like most of your favorite shows, including this one, is all him.
I still
I'm
think
upset the his Star Trek
the
spinoff.
Orville,
Um,
the
yeah,
I, I have a lot of respect for the Orville because it could have easily just been a Star Trek parody, which I thought it was. It started as,
yeah,
but then it
yeah,
turned into its own thing.
yeah, yep, yeah.
And I
That
was
that that first couple episodes was definitely a Star Trek parody, but I think once Seth seen it had some actual traction, he like, well, oh shit, we can actually turn this into something. And the 2 seasons that we had was amazing. So
Mhm. But either way, Seth MacFarlane really has been just out here killing it. More power to him. Let's go to the next one. So they took a petri. Life finds a way to
life
kill
always finds
demons.
a way, and this is a little disturbing.
They took a petri dish of brain cells and put electrodes and circuits up to it and attached it to Doom. And the brain
So
cell
does
learned how to play Doom.
does the brain cell think is Doom guy? No, I
I don't
mean, like, does he like is this his life? is the brain cells life? Is he Doom guy running through this world?
I don't know, but it definitely raises some interesting questions because, mind you, it's not even an entire brain. It's a petri just of just brain cells, but
Right.
they figured out how to play Doom.
Or
So
has the cells figured out how to become Doom?
that too. But either way, the question is, how much of our brain do we actually use?
Yeah, because that whole 15% is a lie. The smartest
Right?
man in the world, Neil deGrasse Tyson, said that we use all of it. We use 100% of our brain. Now, I don't
Yeah,
know,
but
like,
like to what extent though? Because
right,
right
right,
now like how does the brain compartmentalize its functions?
right.
Because right now we're just seeing a few of them master playing a game. So it's a very interesting biological question. Shout out to those bio majors and those med school majors. Hopefully
Shout out
some of
to them
y'all
brain cells playing Doom. That's a fire game to get into or to
yeah
become.
or to become
I mean, you ask me, like, I think them brain cells is not playing the game. He is fighting for his fucking life.
okay, that's interesting. I mean,
That's the
I'm not
yo,
gonna say
that's the
I'm
yo
not gonna
style
say you're
stuff.
wrong. It's just a very it's a little out there, but
This is out there.
yeah.
You talk about a clump of brain matter hooked up to the electrodes, and they taught it how to play a video game.
It is pretty wild. Let's go to
Yeah,
the next one.
like nothing makes sense. We are on a ball spinning a million miles a second in the middle of nothing. There's nothing holding this ball up. None of this makes sense.
Centrifugal force and gravity. But
Right.
moving ahead, Firefly is coming back, but as an animated series. This this is from the mouth of Nathan Fillion.
So he has a TikTok called
Mm,
"We Were Once Spacemen,"
hmm
and Nathan Fillion went around to all the old cast members and like knocked on their door, talking about it's time. And they all did some quirky stuff. Some of them acted in their character, but yeah, it's really cool. If you go on TikTok, if you search "We Are Spacemen," put a period between each word, and it should pop up. He also has a podcast on YouTube with with Alan Tudyk called "We Were Once Spacemen." So you could go on YouTube and check it out, whatever you listen to podcast at. And yeah, so he went on his TikTok to all the cast members talking about it's time. So I personally thought I was getting a live action reboot. I was so excited. I'm such a Firefly fan. R.I.P. to Alan Tudyk character. But yeah, man, I thought I was getting a live action reboot. But this is cool too.
listen. Sometimes it's just easier to animate it.
It is, and you can get
So
away with a lot more stuff.
exactly. Also, shout out to Alan Tudyk. I believe he recently had a birthday. I think it might have been
Hey,
last week. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he recently had a birthday. And
happy
of course,
happy belated birthday.
shout out to Gina Torres, Nathan Fillion, the whole gang. But I
Alan Tudyk also is one of them guys who been moving lately, dog.
no, he's always been moving.
Oh no,
Always.
he has. I don't think he has stopped acting in some capacity since he started.
I'm just like I was like my man even was just the voice of a chicken in Moana. I was like, wow, you
Right,
really
right.
I was like, you just out here taking all the jobs. But no, I think. But seriously, Firefly, great series. It was fumbled. Now years later, they're able to pick it
Bumble,
up.
Bumble. I believe the cast is coming back to voice their own characters.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, they fumbled that.
I'm all for it. Let's go to the next one. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. So Netflix wants to do a live action Samurai Champloo. Now, the same production company, the same producing, the same crew that does the live action One Piece, they want to
Yeah,
do a live action Samurai Champloo.
yo,
And
I'm I'm so for this as a Samurai Champloo stand. I'm gonna say this that I believe that I was one of the first people that found Samurai Champloo. I found that joint on a humbug and goodies. Remember goodies videos?
wow.
Yeah, yeah. That's how I found Samurai Champloo. I found that and a few other anime that nobody really talks about. But yeah, like that's how far back Samurai Champloo go. Some of y'all don't even know what I'm talking about when I say goodies videos. So
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah,
Either way, I'm all for it. Uh, as long as they keep that same energy and
yeah,
perhaps the, and perhaps they keep the I think they're gonna have to get the creator of Samurai Shampoo behind it because I just don't want I don't want there to be any
any bullshit, any any cowboy bebop BS afoot.
I don't see. Here's the funny thing. I didn't have an issue with Cowboy Bebop. I
Me
like
either. I thought it was amazing.
I thought it was fine. The fandom said otherwise, and of course, when it comes to One Piece, if Oda doesn't agree with a scene, it gets done over,
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean.
hopefully
Like Oda is on set at One Piece.
Shichinoro Wanatabi can can have can have that same energy and vibe done. If it's done that way, I think they'll have another success on their hands.
And bring back the Mountain Brothers for the soundtrack.
Yeah,
You need that hip hop, that Japanese
that
hip hop
that
soundtrack.
hip hop, that lo-fi.
You need that.
Let's go to the last one. All right, so the trailer for Spider-Man: Brand New Day came out this week, and there was a lot going on.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was fake. I know that we posted it up on our Instagram and stuff. I was like, this ain't real. I had to go on YouTube and then quick rabbit holes. I was like, oh shit, this is real. It was a lie.
first off, uh, first off, it definitely takes place probably about 4 or 5 months after. I want to maybe even longer after No Way Home, and there's so much going on in this trailer. Like first off, we see him and Frank Castle have a rapport, and it's not a great rapport. Uh,
Yo, yeah, I'm gonna add that clip in and post. That was such a great way of them meeting, or not even meeting, because in the
us
clip,
meeting
yeah,
us meeting
yeah,
them,
yeah, because in the clip they look like they already know each other.
right? And then on top of that, you've got Ned and MJ going to school and living their own lives, and Peter just kind of watches them through social media, which is kind of sad.
Extremely sad.
It's really sad, and we're getting the struggle Peter that we all know.
Yo, I seen what's her name? Kiera Please. She had just did a skit about Spider-Man fans seeing Peter struggle and having no life, and she was all happy, skipping throughout her day. I like she did a great job, but I'm so upset that that's how Spider-Man fans treat Peter, dog. I mean, in the comic books, Peter has one of the worst lives, dog. Like my man deserves some sort of happy ending.
Nope. Meanwhile,
Nope.
meanwhile, meanwhile. So in this trailer alone, I see Scorpion, Boomerang, Arachnid, and the Hand. We also
I
hear
was
Keith
I
David.
was
We,
shocked when I seen the hand. I'm like, oh shit.
we also hear Keith David's voice, who I think is going to be Doc Connors,
Okay.
and we see Mark Ruffalo. He's got
As
he's got his
as
gamma thing
Bruce
back
Banner.
on. He has his gamma thing back on from if you watch She Hulk, and it looks like he's teaching in New York, which
Yeah.
which which still brings up a really great question for me. Does the Hulk remember Peter? Like I know
Mm,
Banner doesn't, but does the Hulk?
that's a good question.
Will we find out? I don't know. And apparently, mind you, this movie's still supposed to have Tombstone and also Mr. Negative, I think.
Is this leading up to
And on top of that, Peter looks like he might be going through the neogenic nightmare where we get
yep,
Man Spider.
yep. Is this leading
So
up to the Sinister Six?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Right now, I don't even want to try and focus past this movie. I just want to get through this movie first. Because no,
Yeah,
because
this movie's gonna be a lot.
there's a lot going on in this
This
film.
movie's gonna be a lot.
So
Marvel is really reaching for the ceiling with this one.
like there is a lot going on, and it is I
And
don't
if we
know.
are getting the Sinister Six, I'm happy that the Punisher showed up. It would be even better if like Daredevil or Luke Cage showed up as well. But at least we know the Punisher's around. If the Punisher's around, Daredevil is around. He may not show up in the series, but yeah.
The director is Destin Daniel Creighton. He was the director of Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings.
Okay.
So, and that was a great movie for me.
We
But
ain't never gonna get a second version or second movie of that shit.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't
I'm
say
saying
that.
that. Well, let me correct. I'm saying we're going to be old by the time we get a second movie of that.
We'll get a second one. It's just it's not going to be what the original plan was, because I could tell you now, the original plan was those 10 rings were supposed to belong to Kang.
Right.
But of course, that's not a thing now. But
I
seriously,
mean, it's supposedly he's back in talks with Disney to come back. So
I
hopefully,
haven't seen
hopefully, it
I haven't seen anything from any of my verifiable sources. So take that with a grain of salt. And with that being said, we are literally at the end of the Geek Report this week. We hope you guys have been informed as well as entertained. Before we head out, again, make sure you check out Amerime Media right here on YouTube. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you can be updated on anything and everything here. Also, be sure to check out AmerimeMedia.com, where Comic Boss recently put up an article about 10 anime that he thinks should get the AAA video game treatment. I
Yeah,
agree with
go
a
in there
few.
and let me know. Let me know.
I agree with
Do
a
you agree with
few.
me? With a
I
few?
agree with some, not all. But I do agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with Attack on Titan though. I
I
agree
mean,
with that one.
like if you go in there, most of them have video games, but none of them have a triple A studio behind them.
Right.
So
But either way, I'm still for it. Uh, check it out, guys. Tell us what you think. As when it comes to this show, also don't be afraid to tell us what you think. That's what the comment section is for. So don't be afraid. Um, Comic Boss, it's always good to do this with you.
check out my Dragon Ball Z shirt. I've been getting comments on this one all day.
Nice.
One game.
Shout out to the Spring Breakers, as you can tell by my shirt. The
Oh,
tequila
it's
is
so
ready.
nice. Yeah, I bet it is ready.
Uh, everyone, seriously, take care of yourselves and each other. Um, be well, and we'll see you next time.
All that good stuff. Peace out. Love y'all. Go away.